Alright guys, this is going to be my second vlog, and I guess today we're going to talk about hallucinogens. I'm not really prepared to talk about Bigfoot or UFOs yet, because I have no notes, and I'd like to have some direction when I talk about that so I don't get lost and start rambling. I think when you're talking about a subject like that, you need to be convincing, or you need to go home, because it's a fringe topic and you could lose credibility talking about something like that. So what we're going to do instead is talk about hallucinogens, and we're going to talk about where you can go with them, and, you know, if we've gotten there. And we're also going to talk about the dangers of hallucinogens and the supposed dangers. I have experience with a lot of these things, psychotropic elements. I used to grow mushrooms, a few different strains of psilocybe cubensis. Some people say cubensis. I don't know which it is, but, you know, I'm not one for pronunciation. I'm not a stickler for that type of thing. Mushrooms are a very powerful hallucinogen. Depending on which species and which strain of that species you're eating, you're ingesting, effects can range from a body high to an out-of-body experience, and I've experienced the full gamut of that range. When a lot of people take mushrooms, I talk to a lot of people, and they say, oh, I love mushrooms, you know. I love to take them and go party, and we do that, and that's fine and well. I remember that was basically my first experience with the mushrooms, was in a social setting. And it's probably a good way to introduce a person to a thing like that, is in a social setting. But, you know, I think that takes away from the experience a little. If you want to truly go to another place, I mean, you need to be taking so many mushrooms that a social experience isn't even, you know, an option for you. A good example of that would be, you know, I ate a quarter ounce, I think, of mushrooms. It was 2/8, the better part of 2/8 of mushrooms, which I guess that would be how many grams of that? Was that 7 grams almost? I mean, you're talking about a very significant pile of mushrooms in front of you. Which, you know, they taste bad, they smell bad. I mean, they make your stomach. If you've done a lot of mushrooms and someone dumps some mushrooms right in front of you, I mean, you feel it in your stomach just looking at them, you know. But I ate so many mushrooms that I had like an out-of-body experience in a social situation, and it was very bad. I started rolling around on the ground, and I was crying. I urinated myself in a place where there was a lot of people, and I had probably the scariest, probably 6 hours of my life And when it's all over and you start coming back from that, you're not scared anymore. You're like, whoa, that was the ride of my life. I can't believe that fucking happened. And luckily I was around a bunch of people who knew me, so they didn't freak out. They knew that no one dies eating mushrooms, eating a hallucinogenic psilocybin mushroom anyway. And they just kind of laughed it off that I had this terror. I remember when I came to, I was covered in beer cans and shit, because people had just been fucking with me the whole time. But that's the psychedelic experience. That's the, when you move to another realm and you start seeing the impossibilities, and things that you couldn't possibly imagine in this current state of being. Terence McKenna, he's was fond of saying that, like when you take DMT and you move to this other realm, that there's the possibility that you could die from astonishment, There's a lot of truth to that. Already we're at 6:36. I might have to break this into 2 parts. There's several kinds of mushrooms that you can fry balls on. Most of them are psilocybin mushrooms, and in the Pac Northwest we have several species that I know of and that I've gone and found. We have 2 coastal varieties called psilocybe cyanescens and psilocybe azarescens, and they're both very powerful and loaded with psilocybin. You don't need the mushroom. You can actually fry off of the mycelium, which is the moldy organism underneath the ground that the mushroom's coming out of. Then we have psilocybe semilenziata, which is the Liberty cap, is what it's called, and they grow in the cow pastures. A little bit dangerous to eat raw because there's a serious possibility of getting heartworms. So you dehydrate them, and I believe there's a reaction that occurs where psilocybin becomes psilocin, or maybe vice versa. I don't remember how it is, but that's what the dehydrating process does to these things, and it makes them even more potent. So dehydrating your mushrooms is always a good idea. And then we have the classic toadstool here, which is Amanita muscaria, and it's a little bit dangerous to play with Amanita because you will fry balls, you will hallucinate, but it'll be a different kind of hallucination. It won't be fun. People have been using this for shaman activities for a long time, but if you eat too much, it attacks your liver, and if it kills your liver, you're fucked. You're dead. I mean, the only thing you could do is get a transplant. So before it kills you, you fry balls, and you have to know where that safety envelope is. And unfortunately, since the active compound, I think it's called muscimol or muscarine, I don't remember which one it is, it comes in different potencies with each mushroom, so you don't really know what you're getting into when you eat it, and so that makes it very dangerous, and you can die. And playing with these things is probably not a good idea, unless you're ballsy. And I had a terrible experience with Amanita muscaria, which I'll talk about later. So that will cover mushrooms. This is my 10-minute segment on mushrooms. And then we're going to do a 10-minute section on other hallucinogens in a moment.